everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because we are going to be playing with the new Colourpop Cherry Crush collection. I've literally gotten 4 Colourpop PR packages in like the last 5 days, so I'm just rolling out the Colourpop videos, but I wanted to do a video on this collection specifically because I was just really looking forward to it, honestly, as a consumer. I just wanted to say thank you so much for the love on the glossy lip stain video. I really appreciate it. I'm wearing a bit of a lip color today because underneath my lip scars are still stained, and I filmed that video yesterday, so I think the stains work. It literally lasted all day, even longer than all day because it's the next day and parts of my lips are still stained. I wasn't gonna film today. I have literally filmed every day for 5 days now, so I was just gonna, take a break, do some editing. But I did want to get this filmed because I have a busy weekend ahead. We're going bridesmaids dress shopping. Very exciting. We're doing that on Saturday. I'm filming this on Thursday. We have a barbecue to go to tonight. It's a church barbecue with my fiance's family. And what am I doing tomorrow? Oh yeah, my best friend is coming down. She lives 5 hours away, so I'm really excited to have her. And yeah, so it's gonna be a really fun but busy weekend. So I wanted to film this because I feel like if I don't film it today, I probably won't be able to film until like Monday or Tuesday. Honestly, that doesn't really matter. I don't know why I told you all of that. Either way, I know some of you are interested in my personal life, so I just thought I'd mention that. Also, I'm wearing a sweater in July. Oh, that's my t-shirt underneath. My t-shirt underneath is so cute. I had it custom made. My best friend made it for me. I'll show you. I don't know if you'll be able to. I'll stand up here. It says Smelly Cat on it. What? She had that made for me for my birthday. I think I showed it in a video already around my birthday time. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It deserves the love. But yeah, wearing a sweater in July, craziness. It's cold here in Canada again. It's been thundering all morning. That was the reason I wasn't gonna film, but it looks like we might be in the clear. It looks like it stopped thundering and raining really heavily. So fingers crossed we'll be good to film. Hopefully you don't hear it in the background. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the collection. I was gonna try to dupe this palette. If you've seen my recent videos, you know that I've just been obsessed with duping lately. I just find it so fun to go through my collection and find things that are similar. What's different about them? Is this shade truly unique? And I went through my collection and I really didn't have anything. Kind of like the Fine and Feathered video that I filmed. That one should be up by now. I just didn't really have anything similar, honestly. So yeah, I guess let's start with a collection overview. The first thing I got is so cute. I love that Colourpop's doing these really cute little accessories to accompany their collections lately. These are little cherry hair clips. My nieces are gonna love these. I might use them for an Instagram look, but I know I won't use these like in real life because like I'm 26. Could you imagine me walking around with little cherry clips? They are really cute and like they would be cool for an Instagram like kind of editorial look kind of deal, but maybe not for every day. Not the most adulty professional kind of vibe. That's the best part about having nieces. Anything that I'm like, yeah, I usually won't wear that or I won't use that makeup. I feel like this is not like a good place to put it. Hold on. My one oldest niece is 9 and then the other one is 6, I think. And I just love them. They just get so excited. I'm still like cool in their eyes, so that's amazing. And like anything that I don't love, like I really didn't like the Hello Kitty Colourpop holiday collection. I thought it was really low quality and I just did not like it at all. I gave it to them and I was the coolest aunt ever. So thanks Colourpop. Next up we have the Cherry Crush Pressed Powder Palette, not an eyeshadow palette. I just want to mention that literally every single shade in this palette except for one, the shade Cherry Stem, which is like a purpley mauve. This is the only one that is approved for use on the immediate eye area. Every single one of these colors is not. It's a pressed pigment, so that means that there are pigments in here that will stain and the FDA does not have that approved for the immediate eye area. It is safe. It won't irritate your eyes unless you're actually like allergic to the dye. It's fine. It's just staining. And apparently that's not acceptable to the FDA. So that's why on the back of the palette, there are little stars and then at the bottom it says not intended for use in the immediate eye area. I feel the need to explain that every time because a lot of people still don't know or understand why that is there. And I do always want to mention it because some people aren't exactly comfortable putting things on their eyes that aren't approved by the FDA. And I understand both sides. I personally do use them on my eye area. I don't mind staining and this is my job. So I feel comfortable doing so, but I always like to mention it in case people aren't comfortable and then they go and purchase it and they just spent like $12 to $14 on a palette they thought they could use as eyeshadow, but they don't feel comfortable doing so. Hope that makes sense. And we also have 2 cream gel liners. So all of the eye products are not actually intended for use in the immediate eye area. They are vegan. So that means that that there's no carmine in these products. Carmine is approved by the FDA for immediate eye use. It does not stain. However, carmine is an animal byproduct from like crushed up beetles. So oftentimes you either pick your product being vegan or not safe for the eye area. You can't have both. So that being said, none of this is approved for the immediate eye area because it contains the dyes instead of carmine. So if you're vegan, you can buy this collection. Oh, another little accessory. I forgot to include this after the hair clips. This little mirror. Hello, you can see my little camera there. Just really cute. I love the little mirrors. I love the little merch that they've been doing. Let's peel this off. I feel like it'll be satisfying. Oh yeah. Wow. Ooh, that gave me chills. Ooh. So yeah, I will definitely be using this mirror. They're always good quality mirrors too. Well, always. This is the second one I've gotten from Colourpop. Okay, and then it comes with a white liquid eyeliner. I'm excited to try this. All liquid liners that I try, they always crack on me. I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but they always do. So I'm excited to try this one. I'm gonna test it today. And then we have two of the cheek dews. I'm really excited to have more of these. I do have one shade. It's called Tumble For You, I think. It's like a neutral mauve shade. So I'm really excited to have something a little brighter. I feel like just some of this blush and then like some sunscreen and you're going by the pool. Oh, like that would be so pretty, right? And then we have two shades of the Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Stains. I tested these out in a video. I'll link it in the cards up above. I did a test, a wear test, a review. That is already up on my channel. I filmed and edited that all in one day, actually all in one afternoon. So pat on the back for me being a good YouTuber. Yeah, so I've already tried this formula. I know I enjoy it. I will do little swatch comparisons in this video, comparing these to the reds that are in the permanent range. And yeah, that is the entire collection. So I'm gonna get into some swatches. Enough rambling from me, I apologize. Yeah, let's just get into it. Honestly, I'm too lazy to stand up. Actually, I'm not really lazy. A little bit of a TMI. I got my period this morning, so I'm very crampy, so I don't want to stand up to do arm swatches, so I'm just gonna do it on the back of my hand. Bear with me, please. I don't have a ton of room on my hands, but I'm really crampy, so I would prefer to sit down. It makes me feel better. Okay, so the first shade in the palette, going from left to right, top down, is called Sweet Like. This is the shade right here, super beautiful. And here it is on the back of my hand. Colourpop describes this one as a metallic sparkling bright cherry with pink pinpoints. Okay, so the next shade in the palette is a matte and it is called Cerise, which is cherry in French. It is described as a matte bright cherry red. Look how pretty, I love that shade. Ooh, this one's very soft, this next shade. This is also a matte. Colourpop's formula has been like on another level. Like it's always been good. It's really, really good lately. So the third shade here is the only shade approved for use on the eye area. It is called Cherry Stem and it is described as a matte warm cherry brown. Okay, so the next shade in the palette is called Tie a Knot and this one is described as a metallic pink cherry. Next up we have the shade Very Cherry and this one is described as a metallic true cherry. The next shade is called Juicy Juicy and this one is described as a metallic dark cherry. This one didn't have like the best formula. It took quite a bit of building to get it to this opacity. It was a little bit sheer and it's not super metallic. I love how I just finished talking about how Colourpop's really upped their formula and then that one was kind of like questionable. Next up we have the shade Scarlet and this is described as a matte pink ruby. I really love that shade. It's so pretty. Next up we have the shade Black Cherry and this one is described as a matte crimson red. Very beautiful shade, wow. And finally we have the shade Take a Bite and Colourpop describes this one as a matte black cherry. I'm not sure why this one wasn't called Black Cherry instead, but Colourpop does weird things sometimes with naming. So that is the entire palette. It's really pretty, I love. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but there is some definite staining. My entire hand is a lot pinker than my arm. I'm not sure if that's gonna show up, but yeah, the eye skin is also significantly thinner, so that's why it's so prone to staining. I personally don't mind, but yeah, there is some definite stainage. Okay, and next up we have two cream gel liners. Oh my gosh, those are so incredibly creamy. I don't know why I didn't expect that. So this is the cream gel liner in the shade Cherry Pie. Colourpop describes this one as a true cherry hue. The next one is called Jubilee. And this one is described as a pink cherry hue. So you have one that's a little more red and one that's a little more pink. And finally for liners, we have a white liquid liner. This one is in the shade Graceland. I've never tried their white liquid liner, so I'm finally getting to try it. I'm really excited. And it's just a white, but I thought I would swatch it anyway. And next up we have two serum blushes that honestly look fairly similar. So I'm wondering if they're gonna swatch any different. So this is the first shade here called Sour Cherry. And then here is the second shade. It is called Cherish You. They do look fairly similar. Cherish You is a bit like lighter with maybe some more pink. I feel like they definitely look a bit more different when they're sheared out, but honestly, I don't think you'd need both. I know if I were purchasing this collection personally, I would definitely just pick one, but obviously it's up to you. But they do look rather similar to me. And finally, let's swatch the glossy lip stains. The first shade we have here, nope, they don't smell like cherry. They smell like the other ones. This first shade here is called Double Cherry. Kind of almost has some orange to it. Colourpop describes this one as a true cherry. And then the second one we have here is called Love Bite, and Colourpop describes this one as a cool pink cherry. So I'm just going to quickly compare them to these two. These are the reds in their permanent range. The first red here we have is called Rollout. I would say that Rollout is lighter and definitely has more of a peach than the red in this collection. And then we have the shade Big Apple, which honestly is pretty comparable to this shade here. What one's that again? Double Cherry. Big Apple and Double Cherry are honestly pretty identical looking in person. So I would say don't buy both unless you want both, unless you're a huge red person, but I definitely wouldn't feel the need to have both of these in my collection. Okay, and now that I've swatched everything out on my hand, let's get into like a little product demo where I try out this collection on the face. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys in and I am ready to do a little look-see. I think what I want to do is like a two-toned eye where I do more red on the upper lid and then more pinkish red on the bottom and then some white liner. So that's the vibe. We'll see how it goes. I am first going to prime with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo. If you're new to my channel, surprise, I use this in every video. And as per usual, I'm just gonna blend this out with my little beauty blender dupe. Fellow Canadians, I saw that Kylie Cosmetics is coming to Shoppers Drug Mart. How do you guys feel about that? I'm honestly kind of excited. I really like Kylie Cosmetics. I know a lot of people think that, you know, it's super overrated, but I kind of dig it, honestly. Anyway, that's not really relevant to this video. I'm going to first dip into this middle shade here, Cerise. And I'm just going to apply this to my crease with a little Sigma pencil brush. And there's not really like an option for a transition shade, so I'm just going to leave this color. I'm gonna blend it out obviously, but I'm not gonna blend it out with anything. I'm just gonna blend it out with more of this shade. So since I'm not doing a transition color, I'm just gonna take it up a little bit higher than I normally would. Then on the outer corner, I'm gonna go in a bit with this shade called Black Cherry. I'm gonna go in with something similar. This is a Colourpop E27. It's a little bit fluffier, not quite as precise. I'm just going to apply this to my outer corner. Then what I'm gonna do is go in with my Urban Decay The Fix Setting Powder, and I'm just going to apply this to my brow bone, just to make blending that red out a little easier. Then I'm gonna go in with this little Fenty 230 blending brush. This brush, Chef's Kiss, is amazing. And I'm just taking it clean, nothing on it, and I'm just gonna kind of soften that edge. I might take actually a little bit of product and just kind of use that to blend things upwards, but not too high. I feel like that blended out fairly nicely. And then I am going to take this shade called Sweet Like. Actually, do I want to do that though? No, hold on. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go into this center shade actually called Very Cherry. I'm gonna do that first, and I'm just going to apply it onto the lid. I'm not like cutting the crease with concealer or anything. I just want this upper lid. Actually, I want the whole look to be kind of soft. Very pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into this top corner shade called Sweet Like, and I'm actually gonna use this on a little bit of a dampened brush. I'm just using my KVD Beauty Locket. This has lasted me literally, I was at my old apartment when I got this in PR, so probably like 2.5 to 3 years of using it consistently. It's like the never-ending setting spray. And I'm just applying this shade over top just as like a little, I don't know, something something. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I am going to be doing some white liquid liner, but if I just put the white liner on like straight from the tube, it's going to turn out pink. So I don't want to do that. I want it to be white. So what I'm gonna do, I did this in a recent video. I don't remember which one, but I'll link it in the cards up above. It's just this technique where you kind of remove the eyeshadow in the wing shape if you're using like a colored liner or a light colored liner. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm just using a little bit of micellar water on this Q-tip. I like using the pointed Q-tips because I feel like I have more control that way. And I just kind of draw, oops, a little wing shape. I want to remove the most that I possibly can so that we don't have that issue of the liner turning pink. So I'm really trying to get close to that lash line. Awesome, just kind of like that. And then I'm gonna go in with the liquid liner from the collection. This is in the shade Graceland. It's the regular liquid liner, the white one. I haven't tried it, so this will be like a first impression. I'm kind of nervous. I have high hopes. I'm definitely gonna have to go in with a second coat, but I don't hate it so far. I forgot these Colourpop pens are really stiff to work with. So yeah, even towards the end here, we did have some of the liner turning pink. I am gonna clean up the edges there. I feel like that looks pretty good and it's pretty intense for a white liner anyway. I'm definitely gonna go in with a second coat though. I'm just gonna let this dry. I think this product is definitely up there for liquid liners that I've tried that are white. It doesn't look great, but it definitely looks like one of the best white liquid liners that I've tried. I can only imagine how hard white liquid liners are to do, so I understand, but yeah, not the greatest. So I'm just gonna move on to my other eye. I'm gonna do it off camera. I'm gonna do my foundation and concealer. We can come back, I'll finish off the eyes, and then we can work on the rest of the face and test out the rest of the collection. Okay friends, so I ended up like applying the liquid liner and then patting a matte shadow over top while the liner was still wet to get it as white as possible. It still like has a little bit of pink in it, but it's okay. On the lower lash line, I'm going to go into this shade here called Scarlet, and I'm going to use this on the same pencil brush I applied the red on the top, and I'm just going to kind of lightly pack it on. Then I'm just going to take a tiny bit of my Laura Mercier pressed powder, and I'm just taking a tiny bit of this because I don't want the cheek dew to kind of mix with the powder and get all weird. So I'm just applying a tiny bit to my under eye area. Just like this. I'm just going to take the shade Jubilee and I'm going to line my waterline with this. This might stay my waterline. If it does, I'm gonna look like I have a serious case of pink eye. So I'm just applying this there. I feel like you can kind of see the difference between the top and bottom. The top definitely looks more red. And then on a tiny little brush, I'm gonna take this shimmer shade called Tie a Knot, and I'm just going to apply this to the lower lash line just to kind of amplify the pink. I'm just gonna take a little blending brush and just kind of run it underneath to try and buff things out a little bit so it's not so harsh. Then I'm just applying some mascara. I'm using NYX On The Rise, and I'm applying that to my lower lash line as well. Okay, and that is the completed eye look. I'm gonna pop off and do the other eye and apply my bronzer, and then I am going to test out the cheek dews. But I'm gonna apply like my lashes and finish this eye off camera just because I'm gonna have a hard time talking while I do it. And this video is probably already gonna be a million years long if I know anything about myself. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have a little bit of the Milk Baked Bronzer on. I used a cream so that it wouldn't get weird when mixed with the cheek dew. I'm gonna use the shade Sour Cherry today. I don't really remember how these apply. I did test it out on camera. If you want to see a first impression, I'll link it in the cards up above. I'm just going to try it with my beauty sponge. I think I liked it better with a brush though, but we'll see. That's a really pretty flush. Oh, I really like that. I thought it was going to be a little bit too intense for me. Really like that. Wow, I'm so excited. This one applied really nicely with a sponge. Last time I remember it lifting my foundation, but it might have been because I was applying too much or something. Okay, so I've just applied my lashes off camera. These are the House of Lashes and Sephora collection collab in the style Diana. I think these ones are super beautiful and fluttery. And finally, I'm gonna top off this look with a lippy. This is the shade Love Bite. It's the glossy lip stain. I wanted to kind of go pinker so that it would kind of play off the pink under the eyes. I love this formula. It's so watery, but like not too watery. It's interesting. You won't know until you try it. I just realized I didn't talk during any of that, but you kind of have to be precise with this product, so I had to focus. Okay, and this is the completed look. I really like how it turned out. I feel pretty in this look. It is very bold, but I think if you're buying a red and pink eyeshadow palette, like you're kind of expecting a bold look, you know? I'm just gonna zoom you out and I can give you guys my final thoughts. Also, it got really hot in here, so you guys are just gonna have to accept my smelly cat t-shirt. So the Cherry Crush palette, I like it. I do think it's pretty. It's not really a color story that like speaks to my soul. I really like the two pinks in here. Those are probably my favorite shades. But other than that, like, I like it. It's just not one of those palettes where I'm like, yes. Some palettes you just see and you're like, oh yeah, That's gorgeous. This isn't one of those for me, but I do really like the pink shades. The quality was good. So if this is a color story that speaks to you, then I would highly recommend checking it out because the quality is really good. The cream gel liners I enjoy. They both were very creamy. They worked nicely. They might stain if you use them on the waterline. They probably will. I'm probably gonna look like I have pink eye for the rest of the day, but that's okay. I will do it for the look. The hair clips, super cute. Love them. I'm going to gift them because I just don't think that I'll use them, honestly. I'm really surprised at how much I liked the cheek dew that I tried from this collection. I tried the shade Sour Cherry and it was just so beautiful. It was really easy to apply. It's a really gorgeous color. I really, really liked it. I applied it with a sponge and everything just blended seamlessly. Super easy to apply, pigmented color, but like not too pigmented, you know? Like I feel like this shade could have been super messy really easily and it wasn't. You just have to apply it a bit sparingly, as you do with most blushes this shade, honestly. So yeah, just apply a little and then work your way up and you'll be fine. But I am surprised at how much I enjoyed those. The last products are the glossy lip stains. I really like these. Honestly, I do really like this color. Actually, I used the shade Love Bite and it is like, it's an interesting color. It's more like a pink, honestly, pinky red. I really like it. Would I necessarily wear all of these products together? Probably not. This was like just for a video, but I don't think I'd go out with red eyeshadow and red lips and red cheeks. It's very bold. So it's not my favorite look that I've ever done, but I think every product like on its own serves a good purpose and is super beautiful. And I think that is it from the collection. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I think that's all. Oh shit, I knew I was forgetting a product. This is the white eyeliner. I'll be honest, it's a good white eyeliner, I will say. I just don't really understand why they included it in this collection when it was almost guaranteed to turn pink when mixed with the red eyeshadow. I don't really know. I don't feel like it really fits this collection that well. You know, like it's very summery, red and white, but I don't know. I could have lived without this in the collection. I even forgot it was part of the collection. I do enjoy this product. I just think it was kind of like a weird addition. And yeah, I guess that's all from me today. Thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. I just really appreciate you being here. It helps out my channel so very much by you watching, so thank you. Please leave any video requests you may have in the comments down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!